On today's show, we welcome back Susan Pullen. Have you ever wanted to develop a healing modality but have no idea where to start? Well, Susan's done it, and she might just have the answer for you. But before that, Lilly sent us a series of dreams that focus on her channeling ability. Stay tuned. Welcome to the Dream Interpretation Podcast with Michael and Sandy.
Hello, everybody. Welcome.
This is another half hour of us eavesdropping on the very personal communication between the spirit world and you on your journey. That's why we focus on dreams. If you want to know what you're meant to be doing in your life right now, at this very moment, then look no further than your dreams. Through analyzing your dreams, I reveal your potential and the obstacles you need to overcome. I'm very specific. I tell you the superpowers that you have or would have, what would make you magnificent, and the bumps in life that are holding you back. These bumps are not in the way, they are the way. To get your dream analyzed on our show, go to dream-analysis.com/podcast and fill in the form that's there, or submit your dream to the show using the email address radioshow@dream-analysis.com. That's all you have to do. We take it from there.
Yes.
So, Sandy, what do you want to add?
I just wanted to say that tomorrow is our private dream clinic. Notice the word private. Have you signed up? Because there will be people that get their dreams done tomorrow, and you could be one of them.
All right. So if you want to figure out or join that clinic, just go to ashlingdreamclinic.com and you can look at our last free clinic and get the details about how you can join our private clinic. That is indeed tomorrow and every Tuesday. So every Tuesday we meet. It's over Zoom, interactive. You tell me what your dream is and I tell you what it means. And we have a bit of a back and forth about it so that you fully understand what your dream is saying to you. Anything else, Sandy?
No, that was it. But it was because of you telling them to send in dreams. It's like, you know what? You could get a quicker response. That's all I'm saying.
All right. So let's start with some dreams then. What have we got?
All righty. We've got a dream from Lilly, and it's called Broken Whale. Very interesting title. I watched as a small blue whale is carried on its back on a stretcher. Both its fins are cut off with only stumps left. I wonder if the fins will grow back and feel pity for the whale. That's intense, Michael. That's very
intense. So here's something that's interesting. The blue whale is the largest animal to ever have existed on planet Earth. Did you know that? We always think of dinosaurs as the biggest animals, but the blue whale also poses no threat to humans. Did you know that too? And why am I pointing that out? Well, Lilly dreams of a small blue whale. If you've ever listened to this show, you will know that whales mean you can channel. Well, this means that Lilly can channel, but she limits her gift. We see the limitation again, symbolically, because its fins are cut off. Lilly, who did this? Well, you guessed it, Lilly. She's limiting her own gift of channeling. What about the pity? Well, the goal of giving Lilly this dream is that she will want to ensure that the whale is cared for. Her neglect or self-sabotaged channeling gift is shown in the form of this hurt whale. And it kind of works because she does feel pity. Her higher self will be jumping up and down for joy because this got a positive emotional response. If we had Lilly on the phone here, we could ask her if she has any fear of channeling. Why? Because this whale poses no threat to her. In other words, channel, please, and realize that channeling is nothing to be afraid of.
Wow. That was a far nicer dream than what I thought it was going to be. Now I have to ask, it's on its back. Is it dead? Is it saying that her channeling gift is dead?
Well, I would assume if the whale was dead, that you wouldn't be hoping its fins grow back. So we're going to say no, the whale is dead. So we always think, or we can often think that we have done something that's damaged our gift in such a way that, I've lost it. But that is very, very, very hard to do. So, I would definitely say no. You wouldn't even be dreaming about a gift that you have lost the ability to use. That just wouldn't make sense.
Okay.
So you said, why is it on its back? You did ask, is it dead? But it's on its back. So it's something from the past.
Ah,
That's what she has to work on. But it's always the case. It's always something from the past. It's not like my channeling is not working because of some event that hasn't happened yet. So no real genius in spotting that. Now we're going to look at another of Lily's dreams. And I say this a lot lately, but the Ashling method proves itself to you. So if you are listening and going, whales mean channeling, if this is one of the first shows you've ever listened to, then you will find that in the dictionary that you can download at dream-analysis.com. You can get our free dictionary there with thousands of symbols in it. And you will see whales mean channeling. And then you will look at another dream that Lily had from 2 weeks before, and it's going to tell you essentially the same thing.
wow. Okay. So her next dream is titled Wrong Lyrics. I'm in a theater/cafe and I see Ty Segall, the musician and singer. I begin singing his song to him and singing the wrong opening lyrics. I'm embarrassed. I sit at the table with several other people, but I try to talk to Ty because I admire him and love his music. A younger, dark-haired woman comes between us and is interrupting. I become enraged and push her back because she's crowding me and leaning against my chair. I even grabbed her hand and twisted her fingers in a way I know is painful. I assume she's Ty's girlfriend, so I push my chair back to let her in. Defeated, I get up and walk away and cry in frustration, sadness, and failure.
Okay, it's not a whale this time, but a musician and a singer who, during this dream, you also knew meant you are a channel. But you were embarrassed, just like in the dream, that you'll get it wrong. And so that's really what this dream is pointing out. So we put these two dreams together, that if I channel, I'll get embarrassed that I get it wrong or something like that. What about the girlfriend that comes between you and Ty? Well, you feel defeated and walk away. You feel that despite your desire, you're blocked from this gift. Again, if you listen to our show, you know the obstacle is not in the way, it is the way. So this is what you need to overcome most at this moment in time. You've got the gift that cannot be disputed. It is not broken because it cannot be easily broken. But this dream shows more. You say you cry in frustration, sadness, and failure. Feeling failure is a very strong emotion. There are actually two themes in this dream. And on the second theme is your relationship. The woman coming between you and Ty is about your own relationship. It means that mostly because you say you assume she is his girlfriend. That makes it a relationship dream. You mentioned in a comment on another dream that you and your husband are currently separated. Now that sounds somewhat raw and definitely unresolved, and that can bleed into many of your dreams. In the dream, you want to hurt the woman, hurt her fingers, her hands. So the dream is showing your own pain. At the end, that is clear because you say it. Hurting the woman in the dream is actually okay. Dreams allow us to play out what we can't do in reality, or the consequences will be too harsh. Nobody really gets hurt, but it can feel good when you wake up. But not in your case in this dream, though. But now look at the fact that the singer represents your channeling gift too, not just the relationship. The dream wants you to fight for it, just like you'd fight for the love of your life. But to get him and to get your gift, you have to work on issues with mom.
Ah, so that's what her coming in between her and crowding her out is mom, issues with mom.
Yeah, because it's a woman that gets in the way.
Okay. And then the hands. Now, I believe you said that hands had a certain meaning.
They do. They mean hands-on healing, of course. So the dreamer has a hands-on healing ability.
Wow, that's awesome. And it looks like we have one more from her, and it's called Elevator Sonic Assault. Ooh, I like the title. I'm at school in an elevator with several people in it. 2 attractive men board the elevator and one stands behind me, very close. I move closer so our bodies touch. A warning pops up on the screen and several of us exit hurriedly and the others become stuck in the elevator by an invisible force field. They appear to be assaulted by noise as they hold their ears and cower and grimace. As observers, we cannot hear what they hear. Wow.
All right. So I included that. She sent in about 7 or 8 dreams, which is great to do. They're all nice and short. So it's cool to look through them and pick them out. And I picked 3 that are about channeling, and all her other dreams are about different things. But here it tells us what way channeling works. It works through clairaudience because of the reference to being able to hear and other people not being able to hear. This is actually always key. Clairaudient people will tend to have dreams where they might have special headphones or some earpiece that allows them to hear things that other people can't hear. And so it emphasizes, in this case, she has the ability, but also there's something blocking her from her ability. But we can ignore that in this dream because we've done enough. But why would an elevator represent channeling? Well, of course, when we get the dream, we can channel on it to see, is that what it's about? Because elevators, if they're moving down, can be about birth. But elevators that move up and down are typically about channeling because it's about raising your vibration, connecting with the spirit world, and then coming back down to the physical world and with that information. And so here we have that. We also have 2 attractive men, or the 2 men, going to be another symbol for channeling. And then school. Typically, when we see schools and universities, we expect to see gifts. So a few things will tell us that that's what this is about. But then we see the fear again. A warning pops up and saying, get out of here. So basically, if I go to raise my vibration to channel, I hit a fear state, and I want to avoid it as much as possible.
Wow, that's awesome. Now, what about the guy that got so close to her that their bodies are touching? Does that mean anything? Is that anything in particular?
Yeah, that's good. Again, that's like getting in touch with that aspect of herself in order to connect and be the channel. But again, she says 2 attractive men. 2 is a number for relationships as well. So we see the relationship issue there. And what the dream is trying to do is give her the connection that she is currently missing.
Ah, that's really cool. I like that. Alrighty, do we have time for one more dream, or at least 2?
I think we'll get one more in because it is connected to channeling, and I thought it would fit in with these since I saw there were so many about channeling.
Yeah, and this one's short as well. This is called Pickpocket from Alex. Had a dream last night where a pickpocket bumped into me and stole my phone. When I woke this morning, I can't get a connection. Definitely something on my crown chakra. Ooh, that one's good.
It's not good.
No.
This dreamer is a channel, a really good channel, but it helps people stay clear, like helps people who are being attacked by others in the field who are nefarious, let's say. And Alex, every so often, has to deal with the fact that he's cleared somebody and that's caused him to be attacked in some strange ways. And I include this because this is just something you need to be aware of if you're a channel. Most people, this doesn't happen to. This is like less than 1% of people who are channels. But what I like about it is it shows that even when your channeling connection is gone, your dreams are never blocked. Each dream is like a free psychic reading that you get from your higher self every night. And here it's his higher self to the rescue to show him that something's up. Always, always fantastic to know that your dreams are always going to be authentic. It doesn't matter what anybody else is doing or trying to do to you. They can't mess your dreams up. And your dream's going to tell you, look, something's up. You need to do something to clear yourself. And Alex has ways of clearing himself. Once he knows something has compromised his connection, he can do things to fix it.
I love this. This is great. And I love the fact that we have channeling courses. And it looks like we've got one coming up soon. And some of the stuff that we cover is how to take care of yourself. You want to talk a little bit more about that, Michael? Because you describe it much better than me.
Yes, indeed. This is something we're well aware of. For very few people who go into this program, we have to focus on helping them put protections up. Now, everybody does it. Everybody puts protections up. But some people have to go an extra mile. And we're aware of that. Every so often, we'll come across somebody in our course who has to do it. And it all depends on the issues they're going to run into based on what their life purpose is. Like what happened to Alex does not just happen every channel. It's very rare, in fact. But we know how to deal with it when it does. And we teach people how to address it if they're one of the unfortunate few. Well, it's not fair to say unfortunate because, again, like I said, if it's one of your things, it's because it's part of your life purpose. But we can help you with that too, if that's what's needed. We track down the source, see where this is coming from, and then help you to eliminate that particular source.
Excellent. And so I heard that you have Susan Pullen coming on next to join us and be part of our show for today.
Yes, indeed. Have you ever wanted to develop a healing modality but have no idea where to start? Well, Susan's already done that and gone through the pain and hit the roadblocks and overcome them. And she might just have the answer for you if this is what interests you. Susan Pullen, former co-host of the show, and you've hosted the show yourself. Welcome back. It's always good to have you back.
Thanks for having me, Michael.
So we talk a lot about life purpose when we look at people's dreams. It's inevitable because your dreams are going to show a mix of all your issues and your life purpose. And invariably, when they cover life purpose, they're also going to show what holds you back from your life purpose. And you are currently preparing to launch a program called Ways of the Soul that is a mix of using your gifts and helping people to clear the issues that their dreams show. That'd be a good description.
That is a great description. The program is designed for people who don't have any prior experience or training, but who just feel called to get to know the healing process better, to support themselves or to support others.
And so if somebody's listening that has been wanting to do something for a number of years, but just didn't know what to do or how to do it, this is kind of a complete package that is like, okay, we'll train you. We'll put you with people, working with people in practice sessions. And then we're going to support you after it all through the office hours.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a program in personal and soul healing. A lot of people describe it as life-changing. And some people do it for their own personal growth and healing. And some people do the training because they want to professionally do the work with other people, supporting other people through it. And they come out with, first of all, the skills, lots of skills to do healing work, support, again, themselves and other people. But it's also, there's kind of a mindset shift and an understanding of ourselves and of relationships and how human beings work. And lots of times dreams show that part of what's blocking us is something from our childhood, something from our relationship with mom, our relationship with dad that we picked up from our family. And a lot of the work in the program is about how we separate ourselves from what's not ours, that childhood conditioning, those patterns that run in families, so that we can fully step into the person that we came to be.
And you also use dream work in what you do.
Yeah, because partly through all of the work that I've done with you, I have a real respect for how our higher self communicates with us through dreams and can prioritize and kind of shortcut some of the guesswork in like, what is the real origin of this issue? Because like I've tried everything and might move the needle a little. I'm managing it better, but it's not really getting to the root of the thing.
And I can personally vouch for the work you do because I've gone under the knife with you a few times and it works. It just works. So like what you're saying is most therapies tend to focus on the symptom of a trauma. It's like you don't communicate well with people. You don't express how you feel. You put yourself last or second place. You say you're fine when you're not. Whereas your work is, okay, let's see why you do that. What's behind that? And let's heal that. And then the symptoms disappear because they're not really the issue. They're like a defensive mechanism that we employ because of a wound that we have. You look for the wound, heal the wound, and then watch who unfolds from that process.
Yeah, I think that's really well said. And also things like therapy or even life coaching on its own, they're great for getting at things in the mind, right? If we can talk about it, then it's helpful to talk about it. But if we don't have words for it, or if we don't even consciously know what the real origin is, and sometimes the origin isn't in our life, in this life, it's in our family history, and we're just energetically connected to someone further back in our family line, just repeating something in their fate, in their story, and just talking about it doesn't get to it because we're not even aware of it.
Constellation work is great for saying, let's take that piece that we're not sure about and we'll have it unfold with this process and we'll see what it is. And then we'll also address it.
Yeah. So family constellation work is really stellar, I think, at helping us kind of bring to the surface what we know, but we don't know that we know it. those unconscious, the things that our body knows and like our cellular memory knows.
Yeah.
But it's not logical.
And you realize, of course, you said constellation work is stellar. Was that a deliberate pun? You do a mix of things. You do constellation work, energy work, and then you teach coaching skills as well. And it's fair to say you've been a life coach for 20 years.
Over 20 years, yeah.
Yeah. So you have a lot of experience in that field.
Yeah.
All right. So tell us, when are you running this program? Who is it for? Who would be the ideal person who's like listening to this show and going, I'm looking for something to do. Why would I pick this?
Yeah. So there are two kinds of people who take the program. One group is people who really want to deep dive into understanding themselves better, understanding their relationships better, and really deeply shift that in community with other people who are interested in the same thing. And then more than half of the people who take the program feel a pull, a calling to support other people also in their healing journey of physical symptoms, of emotional patterns, relationship patterns, patterns with success and money. If you feel called professionally be a support to people, either one-on-one or leading workshops, then this is a great program. I've taken my 30 years of experience and, as you know, lots of training, and pulled together the essential components that I've found really make the most transformational difference with clients, and put it into 1 year.
All right. And how do people talk to you about that? How do they get more information?
So it's on true-radiance.com. They can schedule a free discovery call with me. There's no pressure. It's just a chance for us to get to know each other. I can share some more about the program and people can get their questions answered.
And you've trained people in this for some time. This is not your first rodeo.
No, this is my 5th cohort.
Right.
And there was an earlier version before that. So, yeah.
Yeah, we do distill it down and we end up like, this is the best thing yet. You know, this is the essence of me. How long is the program? Is it a year long?
It's a year.
It's a year. And when does it start? What are the
May
dates?
24th.
Okay.
2023. It's online. We meet live, but it's recorded.
For people who graduate, you have support systems in place from that point too. Like, what if I'm working with clients? Can I go back to you and get help with the issues that I'm finding are coming up?
Yeah. So one of the things in my experience learning is I took a lot of weekend workshops. And then when I tried to incorporate those things into my work with people, sometimes there were more questions that came up, or I kind of wasn't sure about things. And I would want to go back, but there wasn't really a place to do that. So with the program I offer, there's office hours just about every week. And you're welcome to come to office hours even after you've graduated. So it's a great community because there are people who've completed the program and they're reviewing, or they bring cases. And then there are the people who are in the program now. It's an optional open house style time, but it's really important to me that people have that continued support to integrate what they're learning, because there is a lot in the program. There are a lot of tools. Yeah.
How much do the office hours cost?
The office hours are free. It's included in the program. And then the continued sort of membership, you might say, is free.
Okay. Very good. So you've trained for years to get to this level, and now you're offering a year-long course.
I've pulled together what I feel are the essential pieces, the pieces that really fit together well as a core set of skills working with people. And I've invested about $35,000 in my own training and learning to put this together, plus all the years of my experience. So this 1-year program is $7,500 or $700 a month. And it's really a great value. It's also just a great community. The people who come to office hours get to know each other, even if they're not in the same class, and just really love being together, having a place where they can come together with people who are like-minded and thinking about and involved in the same kinds of things.
I love anything that can help people heal their issues, regardless of what their issues are. Whether it happens, something that happens to me at age 20 or happens to me at 2 months. The work you do covers everything. And I really like that because your dreams cover everything as well. So it's like whatever the issues are, no matter how far back they go, working with you or learning how to do this is going to help you do this with somebody else, help them heal.
Yeah, it's kind of like having the keys to the kingdom. Once you understand the basic principles, you can apply it so many ways and to so many different areas and issues.
Okay, sounds fantastic. I think we've covered all the bases, but if anybody wants to know more about it, they can check it out at true-radiance.com.
Yes.
Or they can contact you at Susan at true-radiance.com.
That's right.
With their questions. If you've been stuck on the fence for a number of years, and it does happen, people, because it's hard to move out of what you're used to doing and take the leap, because it does require faith to step into a completely different field where now you're helping other people.
I remember when I left my job at the university, the most common thing that people said to me was, "You're so brave."
Right. And that wasn't the word you would have used at the time?
Right.
Did you say insane?
Yes,
I was thinking that.
Yeah, but I think it makes a world of difference to have community and to have not just people that know you and love you, but people who see you as someone who's capable of doing this and being this and living this.
So you've created the environment that you didn't have to step into.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. All right. Thanks again, Susan. We will be interested to see whatever you have else coming up. Come back and tell us.
Thanks so much, Michael.
That's our show for this week. Thank you, everybody. Have a fabulous week.